Hi all, this is to go over when KDP tells you that you have margin errors, and it comes down to a single lowercase font or character in the font you are using, which is what happened with me. So we are in the preview. So as you'll see, if you go to the first area that we have a problem, it's really where it comes up to the gutter. So all of the errors we're going to be looking at, um, you'll see nothing else is flagged, it's just this one area. And if I go back to my book, we'll see that it's one lowercase letter in the font that I'm using that is causing the problem. So we're going to go to our document, and the first thing we're going to do is go to File, Options, Advanced, and then scroll down to the Show Document Content section and click the box to show text boundaries. This will now give us a visual of our margin and paragraph boundaries, similar to what KDP is showing, but again with our actual margins. And then we'll go down to the problem area that we had. So as you can see here, I've already fixed this one because it was a left justified to start paragraph, which is not typically what you're dealing with. So I already went ahead and did that one. But if you remember on that page, there was another tiny red dot lower on that same page down here. And you can see what we're dealing with. So right here in my font, we have a lowercase f that tips just over that boundary line. I'll zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Just a hair, but it's enough to set off KDP's warning bells and get us flagged. So here's how we're going to fix it. First, we're going to isolate that line. Starting with that line, at the very end, put a hard return. And the line above it, do the same thing. Then now we're first going to make the paragraph look correct for readers and our own eyes. So we're going to take those two indented paragraphs now and bring them all the way to the left. And then with our isolated line, we're going to force justify. Same with the one above it. So now we're back to our Frankenstein paragraph that to a reader's eye is going to look the same as it did before. But we still have to deal with this F. So now on that line, go to your paragraph settings and set your right indentation to 0.01. That is it, folks. That is what we are dealing with here. And there we go. Now it's fixed. I'll do a Control P so we can see it a little more clearly on the page. And again, everything looks normal. There's our Frankenstein paragraph. It looks great. And now it will sail through without putting off any alarm bells for KDP. Now what you'll notice is that if it's throughout a document, the KDP previewer is only going to go so far in flagging these for you. I have a 520-page book. It stops at page 100 of the novel, 112 in the PDF. So what you're going to have to do is once you know the problem, you're going to have to go through the rest of the document yourself to flag it yourself. Now, having shown you all this, I would say that I would not advise this technique if you are dealing with a large manuscript, as I was. Having gone through it, I could say it's not worth your time to just fix the affected lines. You're better off changing the right-hand margin for your entire document. This will mean having to go back through your whole document to take care of widows and orphans and white space issues for a clean, beautiful formatting. But I think it would still save time overall to go that route versus isolating the individual lines. And then just to show you one more area, here's an example of where the fix doesn't work and you have to go to Plan B. So let me show you. That's not going to work, is it? So now we're going to go back out of that. And here's Plan B. If you can get away with it, and in this paragraph I tried it and it works, you're instead going to do your hard return before the word with the problem letter, put it on the next line, and then do the same steps. Bring that all the way to the left. You're done there because that's your end of your paragraph. Then force justify the one above it, and that's it. And one final note to say that KDP recognizes text as text, even if it's in an image that you've put in your book, like I did with this character tree. That means I had to resize the graphic so that the text within the graphic would fall within KDP's margin lines and avoid further alarm bells. So something to keep in mind there as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this is helpful to you.